The TED Talk that I found was given by Christy Hines, titled Can Nanoparticles Help Fight Hunger? From September 2022. In this talk, Christy explains how her and her team have found a way of working with nanoparticles and how they can most likely save crops and hunger in the future. A little backstory about Dr. Hines is she is a chemistry professor who studies nanoparticles in sterile laboratories. Although she grew up in a desert, she could not keep even a houseplant alive, much less crops. But her head turns towards this occupation and wants to find a way to save and create more food for families, so there is not a food decrease. She believes that nanoparticles could be a great way to achieve into our food crisis. During this study, Christy Hines was the one that collected the samples that her team at the University of Minnesota. Where they work at the intersection of analytic, biological, environmental, and nanomaterials chemistry. The experiment was supervised by her doctoral advisor Richard Dine at Northwestern University. Nanoparticles can protect plants from disease and crop loss, leading to an abundance of harvest and increased food production. Dr. Hines and her team have designed these nanoparticles that deliver silic acid to plants. Silic acid enhances the plant's immune response, making them more resilient against diseases and environmental stressors. By safeguarding crops, these nanoparticles contribute to higher yields and better food security. Therefore, this is a good example because the use of nanoparticle also allows precise delivery of silic acid to plant cells, minimizing waste and maximizing effectiveness. This is by bolstering crop health, where it can help address global hunger substantially. As she explains in her TED Talk, this is not an imaginary scenario. We could feed everyone on the planet if we didn't lose as much as we do. With the intensity of diseases or the abundance of pest attacks or poor soil, she estimates around 20 to 40% of a crop loss due to preventable disease.